This is the new TC Pride Podcast, Episode 14, Part 2 of on-location coverage of the 2016 Pride Parade. Twin Cities Pride Podcast on location, the Twin Cities Pride Parade, and I am here with
Alex, Maddie, Carly.
And can one of you tell me, what does pride mean to you?
Just having a sense of who you are and being happy with yourself.
It's a way to express yourself no matter what.
It's really just a place to feel comfortable and just loved by everyone.
I came last year and it was just amazing coming to a place where everyone was just so happy to see you no matter who you are, supporting the same human rights and love.
Last year was my first Pride too, and it was just amazing because I had never seen anything like it before.
This year is actually my first Pride, and I'm so happy to be here. I've been wanting to go for a long time, and I've finally been able to come, so it's been amazing.
Yeah, it's just straight love. Dogs, smiles, and rainbows, and everyone's just giving it up for human rights and equality and, you know, showing support for the Orlando victims. It's just a happy place.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride!
Happy Pride!
Twin Cities Pride Podcast on location of the Twin Cities Pride Parade, and that's adorable. And I am here with
Sarah Walker.
Hi, Sarah. Can you please tell me, what does pride mean to you?
It means everything. This is my life. This is my lifestyle. It just shows that our freedom is, being heard finally.
And can you tell me about your first Pride or one of your first Pride experiences?
This is my first Pride experience. I've been in Minnesota for 5 years. This is my first Pride, so pretty excited.
And how does it feel to be here for your first Pride, celebrating with all these people today?
It's awesome. I'm having a great time. I
And
would come every year.
And for people who couldn't make it to the parade today or listening to the podcast later, can you kind of describe a little bit about what's happened today so far?
Well, it's just a lot. It's a lot of people, and I feel very safe this year, especially after what happened in Orlando. They've had police all around just driving in little go-karts everywhere, and it was a really good experience. I would recommend anybody to come. It's lots of love here. All you feel is love.
And who are you here with today?
My fiance.
And?
My baby Coco, my puppy.
All right. What does Coco look like, just for people listening?
Well, she's a Chihuahua, and she's a chocolate and white Chihuahua. That's why her name is Coco.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you. You have a good one.
Happy Pride.
Thank you. Happy Pride to everyone out there.
Twin Cities Pride Podcast, live on location at Twin Cities Pride Parade, and I'm here with
Marissa.
And?
Jamie.
And can one of you tell me, or both of you, what does pride mean to you?
It means being able to express who you are without judgment, and in our case, the city that we have a really good understanding of that, so that's what pride is for me.
Just be free to be who you are and just love yourself, basically. Love yourself and love others.
Well said. And can one of you tell me about your first Pride?
I went to Pride in, Twin Cities last year, and I was really glad I went because it was the Saturday after we had lawed gay marriage being, legal. And so it was nuts, and I actually grabbed the newspaper, and I still have it from that day because it was just such an important moment in history. So it was good.
And can you tell me about your first Pride?
This is actually my first Pride. I come from a small town in South Dakota where they're very small-minded, so I'm really excited to be in a place where everybody's allowed to be who they are, and you can be as weird, as crazy, as fun as you want to be. It's awesome.
Thank you. And for people that are listening to the podcast later that couldn't make it out to the parade today, can you describe a little bit about what's happened today so far?
There's been a lot of different gender flags. I'm really happy that it's not just LGBT. They've made a good thing of doing pansexual and all that good stuff. As for that, it's just been a lot of people, loving everyone, and a lot of support for Orlando.
It's just been love. That's all it's been, love.
I love it. Thank you very much. Happy Pride.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Happy Pride!
Bart from Omaha, Nebraska. My first Pride experience was in Omaha, which is much smaller than here. Omaha's a lot more conservative, but then I came up here, and this is amazing. It's fantastic. This is my fourth year, actually. Fourth year in a row. I think especially this year after Orlando, it has even more significance. Just showing solidarity with the people that were killed and the community down there. But it's just about coming together as people and respecting all humans, no matter what their background is, what sexual orientation they are, what race they are. That's why I come up here and celebrate. Oh, the energy is amazing. I think, especially with the Orlando, I can't believe how fast they built the Orlando solidarity into the parade after just 2 weeks. It's great up here. The weather's perfect.
Velma. I'm Kit. I love Pride. Pride's
her national holiday. This is Mary, but this is her national holiday.
Oh, it's the biggest holiday I celebrated the whole year. It means so much to me.
One of my first Pride experiences was when I was first coming out as a lesbian, and it was a whole lot different way back then in the late 70s, early 80s. And then I walked with my brother because my niece is a lesbian. It took my brother a long time to accept her, and we walked together under the P flag banner. So it just means a lot to me that we've come so far. Well, it was really important to honor the 49 people that died, actually 50 people that died in Orlando. I was really happy to see that, and it's just a wonderful event to see everybody come out and support diversity.
Twin Cities Pride Podcast, live on location at the Twin Cities Pride Parade, and I'm here with
Lily.
Ronald.
And can you tell me, what does pride mean to you?
It's kind of that's a thinker.
It means freedom. Freedom of expression and to be who you are.
Just generally happy and stuff,
Yeah.
you know. Just do what you
Just
want.
love.
Just love.
Love. My first Pride experience was last year, and it rained, so it wasn't as fun, but it was still a great place to be.
This is my first time at Pride, and I'm having a great time.
The sun's out, it's nice out, so everything's going well. We're having so much fun. The parade is just going great.
It's exhilarating. I like it. It's a lot of fun. I've never been to something like this. I enjoy it a lot.
Happy Pride, everyone.
Amy Ducharme.
Hey, Amy, can you tell me, what does pride mean to you?
Pride means diversity. It means coming out and showing support for everyone in the community.
And can you tell me about your first pride?
It was in Chicago, actually. It was probably about 15 years ago, and it was a little more wild than this.
And can you tell me, for people that are listening to the podcast later, a little bit about what's happened here today so far?
It's a ton of people, all walks of life, everybody having a wonderful time, smiling and showing support for the gay community in Minneapolis and celebrating the diversity that we have here.
Sam.
Hi, Sam. Can you tell me, what does pride mean to you?
It means that my family is accepted and that we are able to be out and be happy for who we are and what we are.
And can you tell me about your first pride?
My first Pride was a couple years ago, and I had already, thanks to my lesbian parents, I already knew kind of what to expect, but it was just a heartfelt feeling to know that there were so many supporters out here.
Thank you. And for people that aren't here, that are listening to the podcast later, can you talk a little bit about what's happened so far here today?
You know, we've seen some really great support, especially for We Are Orlando. Everyone here is to support, and there's just a lot of diversity and a lot of support going on here today, so it's been really exciting.
Thank you very much for your time. Happy Pride.
All right, happy Pride.
Alice Eicholtz. Well, I've been coming to this parade for 10 years, and every year it's been a little bit different. This year, the celebration is really just completely different because it's so much a response to both Orlando and what's going on in the country today. And the dancing is so much more ethnically diverse than I ever remember it. From South America, from Native Americans to Japanese. It's really quite amazing. So to me, what Pride means is being able to celebrate our amazing diversity in this country and how important diversity is for all of us.
Thank you. So you say you've been coming for a while. Can you tell me about your first Pride or one of your first Prides?
Let's see. I guess, actually I was in New York City because I was there during Stonewall. So it was very heavy. And they've always been, I think the very first one was very scary. Down Fifth Avenue. It was very hard for people to feel like they were really being accepted, and it was just completely amazing how much that meant to the community then. But now I see such an incredible difference. It's so much more accepting no matter who you are. You're born with the gifts that you've gotten and you do the best you can with them. And so I think that things have changed like a lot in the 40 years I've been watching it. Happy Pride.
You're with Paris Raleigh. This is actually my first parade. I'm here with friends. It's very energetic. I love it. It's everything you would expect. It's representation of all the communities I've seen. I've seen gay, bisexual, transgender. Some of the other communities of which are kind of quieter, but they're still here. It's really exciting.
Rachel. Katrina. We're with our family, my daughter Piper and Rachel's sons, Brett and Owen. Pride means love and choosing love over anything else.
Pride means embracing your community and caring for all people. This is probably year like 7 for us. And it means a lot to us to be able to come to this parade every year and expose our kids to what pride really means.
Well, there's lots of fun and music and love, and there's a lot of wonderful goosebump tributes to Orlando, and we love seeing everybody out here today. It's such a fun time.
Ronson Ivanov.
Ruby Applehands. Claire Mortensen. Aaron Mortensen. This is my first Pride.
Last year I was in the parade with my school.
This is my first Pride too, but I'm having a really good time so far.
It's just like a lot of people celebrating.
Yeah, supporting each other. Everyone's super happy and colorful and excited for Pride.
Twin Cities Pride Podcast on location of the Twin Cities Pride Parade, and I am here with
Ashley and Hannah.
Hi, Ashley and Hannah. Can you tell me, what does Pride mean to you?
Oh, goodness. A lot of things. Happiness and love and peace. There you go.
And what does Pride mean to you?
Happy, love, peace, togetherness, everything.
Happiness. I don't even know.
Short and sweet. I like it. Can you tell me about your first Pride or one of your first Pride?
This is my first Pride.
Say it again?
This is my first Pride I've been to, so I've been trying to go every year, but I always work, so now I don't. I had to come.
Thank you. And can you tell me about your first Pride?
It was years ago. I don't know. It was years ago. It was a lot of fun. It's a big, huge family.
How does it feel to be here celebrating today?
It feels great. I love it. I'm happy and I'm emotional all at the same time. It's fun. Happy Pride.
Keisha Beatty. Pride means to me is taking pride in who you are, no matter how you identify, be boy, girl, something in between. Just taking pride in that and having no one tell you who you can and cannot be. And we stand with Orlando. We love you, baby. Stay strong.
Just be yourself and don't care about what anybody else says. Exactly. And in the end, you only need to make yourself happy. And you can't make everybody else happy. It's impossible.
My very first Pride, I came with my sisters, and that was actually the year I came out as bisexual, and it was really empowering to see a lot of people like myself, and it just showed me that I didn't have to be ashamed of who I was, despite, my Christian background. I could be proud to be bi, and I am proud to be bi.
First Pride was about 3 years ago when I moved to Minneapolis. I came here with one of my best friends, Aram, of about 10 years. I came from northern Minnesota, so, there's not very many LGBT people up there. So coming down here is quite a culture shock, but I love it down here in the cities, and I love Pride.
Happy Pride!
Thank you. Happy Pride.
Danny. Katie.
And can one of you tell me, what does Pride mean to you?
Being just in love with the way you are and just being open with yourself.
I mean, exactly the same, just being free and being open, and there's no shame of anything.
My first Pride was when I was about 22, I think, and I was actually hanging out with one of the DJs here.
And when was your first Pride?
Oh, just like 2 years ago. You know what? I went with my kid. He was only 2 years old, and just the inspiration, the love, the feeling that you get from everybody is amazing. The goosebumps. It's just really inspirational to be here.
There's a lot of love, there's a lot of color, and it's just beautiful everywhere. I think everyone should come out. This is like the most love you will ever feel in your life. Just being able to be around everyone who's just open and expressing themselves the way that they want to.
Leah.
And who are you here with today, Leah?
I brought my nephew for the first time and a bunch of my friends from Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Can you tell me about your first Pride experience?
It was a really long time ago. It was maybe, I don't know, like 9 or 10. My sister brought me down and I was here and it was fun. I remember having a lot of fun.
And how does it feel to be here today, these years later, celebrating with all these people?
It feels really great. It's wonderful to see all the big companies that support it and all the people that support it. And I mean, we drove all the way from Wisconsin to support it. So it's a really good feeling, I think.
Taurus. I am here with my aunt and a few of her friends.
And can you tell me, what does Pride mean to you?
It means not being ashamed of who you are, regardless of what society tells you to think.
And for people that are listening to the podcast later and didn't get to experience the parade today, can you just tell me a little bit about kind of what happened and how the parade made you feel today?
Well, there was just a lot of people who were very excited to be showing, themselves and celebrating LGBT and equality and just loving each other. And I honestly think that's really cool. But yeah, it's just colors, people, noise.
It's kind of a blur of awesomeness, right? So, and can you tell me about your first Pride experience?
Ooh, well, this is actually my first time at Pride, but yeah, I mean, this experience was really cool. I'm glad I went. I don't know, because I used to not be open to this kind of thing, and I have my eyes have kind of been open to that because I have spent time with a lot of people who are LGBT, and so before I was a lot more closed-minded, and now coming here and seeing these people and past few years getting to know these people, and it's really cool.
The TC Pride Podcast has been a production of Podletter Media and Twin Cities Pride. Subscribe now on iTunes or Google Play and submit your first Pride story at myfirstpride.org.